Hi guys, this is Joe Kelly. Today we're going to be talking about how can you effectively and instinctively deliver take after take of any extreme emotion, right? Whether that's crying on cue, whether that's laughing on cue, being angry on cue, whatever intense emotion is needed, sometimes needs to be filmed way more than once, right? Sometimes you'll have to do 20 takes of one scene, and if it demands that you're crying or laughing or angry or whatever, you'll have to be able to deliver that instinctively, and you want to make sure that that's fun for you, right? And that that's fun in order for it to be fun for your audience. So usually, and you might find yourself experiencing that, you might feel that that's really difficult. Like that's the most difficult thing to do. You might have it that way, that crying on cue or doing any emotion on cue for take after take after take up to 20 takes is like horrendously difficult. A lot of actors, and you might be feeling this yourself too, is that sometimes you might have done a couple or several and you somehow survived and it felt really exhausting. Like it felt like a lot of hard work, a lot of preparation, like, immense, too much work. I also see, and you might catch yourself being there too, a lot of actors literally think that it's impossible. Like, whatever that is that they are demanding of us, it's actually impossible. So I see that some actors, what they do for that is they find some tricks to, do some heavy emotions on cue. So there's like, I have found online like the biggest threads of posts about tricks to cry on cue, which shows how much actors are like terrified of actually being really there vulnerably, opening up in such a way that's endless, and instead find trick after trick after trick, like leave your eyes open, hurt yourself in your shoe. I mean, the amount of tricks is endless, right? The thing is with tricks, it doesn't work for you. It's not fun to do. It's all fake, and no one is fooled. So when you're faking and you're thinking, okay, I pulled it off, you did not. You absolutely screwed up. No one will believe you, and everyone will point their finger at you saying that was a lie, that was fake. So there's no way you can book doing that. And there's no way that you can consistently work if you're faking your multiple takes because everyone can see through you, right? So what I also have found that's really interesting and funny to me, a lot, if not most actors, are actually in denial of that reality. So it seems so difficult to most actors to be able to literally, be available and perform on cue whatever emotion, whatever strong emotion. They just deny that part of the work. They're like, well, yeah, like, no, it's not going to happen. And if I challenge them, I'm like, yeah, but what if that's what they're actually going to demand of you? They're just like in complete denial. Like they do not want to go there. And you might catch yourself there, which I think is really funny because if you're a professional actor and you know that that will be consistently requested of you, no matter the emotion, sometimes people will have to do 20 takes because there's very different jobs on set and there's different things that can go wrong. And if a scene is crucial, which is when you have those climatic emotions, well, yeah, they might need to shoot it over and over and over and over again. I think Kubrick was the god of, I don't know, 40, 50, 70 takes. I can't remember, but it happens. And you want to be able to have fun with it. And you don't want to be stuck in that because it's a horrible thing, right? And denial is definitely not a strategy because it is happening. And so you want to make sure you're ready for it. So if you're not, and if you're struggling with that, if you are finding it difficult, exhausting, the problem is it's really frustrating and you're finding yourself in a very powerless place as an actor. Like it's part of the job, yet I don't know how to go about it. I fake it or I deny it or I just like, it's such a big mess of stuff. It takes away your power. It's your art. It's what's demanded. It's like you're unable to be present to it. You're unable to impact your audience for it. You're unable to, even if it's an audition and you know that is what is going to be requested because you're, taping or doing an audition for something intense. At the end of the day, that's what's going to be needed on set. You won't even be fully present in the audition room because you're already fearing that that's what's going to be requested of you, and you have no idea how to do that, right? So it's just too big to ignore, guys. It's part of the game. It's part of your job description, and you don't want to just get it under your belt. You want to have fun with it, right? So what I want to say first is I want to switch things upside down like I like doing. Having the capacity or not having the capacity to produce emotion on cue is not the problem. It's absolutely just a consequence of a root problem. Let me tell you a little bit of a story. I was with my daughter, and we were in the bedroom on the bed, and she loves Lion King, and she impersonates all characters. She does them over and over again. She was doing 20, 30, 40 takes of the exact same scene of The Lion King over and over and over again. So she was acting, and she was enjoying doing take after take. I was like really interested in the fact that my 4-year-old daughter was choosing to do the multiple takes over and over and over again, and was finding so much bliss take after take. She was going deeper, she was exploring more, she was curious. So what's happening there between you as a child, because you were the same when you were a child, and you as an adult, is that you have been conditioned to please. You have been conditioned to do well, to do it right, to be good. And whenever you do that, you drop the present moment, and you just literally reject being present because you're trying to do it well, you're trying to please, you're trying to be liked, you're trying to be good at what you're doing. And as you do that, you're preoccupied with the result. And if you're not concerned with what is happening right now, why on earth would you have real emotion flowing through you take after take? You're not in the take. You're in trying to fabricate. You're in trying to manipulate. You're in trying to, it's like hijacking the take, right? You're pirating what's happening. You're trying to get to the finish line before even getting there. So that's the problem. The problem is you are trying to please because you've been conditioned to. Since you were born, you have been asked to behave in a way that pleases others. You have been asked to repress your emotions in a way that is okay for your parents. You have been asked to behave at school in a way that works for the teacher and the rest of the class. And at the end of the day, in our culture, that's what everybody is asking of everybody else, because that's how we have all been conditioned. We've been conditioned to behave for others. We've been conditioned to please. And if we didn't, we got consequences. We got punished. If we did, we got the love and the validation, right? So if you've been trained this way, and it's extremely rare to find people who went through the cracks and who were not conditioned this way, but more and more schools are approaching education in a more progressive way that doesn't demand of kids to please and to do what they're told, but more so to find out what they actually want to experience. So they have a say in their education. So things are changing, but very slowly. So most of us, the big majority of us, have not been raised for that. We've been raised to please. And again, the second you please, what you're not doing is being present to what is happening in your character. The good news is there's neuroplasticity. So you can undo this learning and this conditioning and rewire your system to be able to be interested in the present moment, in what you do, in what you experience, not in pleasing the others in order to get the validation and the love. So you won't try to be liked anymore. You'll actually be interested. When you're interested in what you do for your own sake, for experimenting it and tasting it and bathing in it, your instrument is open. Your instrument is, you can cry for 100 takes. You can get angry for 100 takes. Your instrument is there. The work to do is not to start and do more scene study class or camera class or audition class or cold reading class. None of that gives you a free instrument back. None of it does the inner work. How do you unlearn your conditioning, and how do you rewire your actual natural self, your instinct inside of you, right? So the work we do in the reset journey during 1 month is that we do everyday work for 1 hour where we undo your resistance on one side and we muscle up your instinct on the other side, because both are important. You want to undo that learning, that pleasing that doesn't make any sense for you, and you want to activate the one thing that is sitting under all that resistance, asleep, doing nothing, doing no work for you. You don't have access to your freedom. You're going to have to work on it. So the work we do in the reset journey is exactly that. On one side, we work, we wire out the resistance. On the other side, we muscle up your freedom so that you can have an instrument that is open no matter what. Without that, don't even think about a character. Don't even think about analyzing a script. You might analyze it there. The second you'll perform, you'll be there trying to please. So there's no point doing any of that work before you have a totally free and alive and unattached, unblocked, untethered instrument. If you're interested in doing this work, I keep forgetting to say that in the end, let us know. Just type reset in the comments. We'll send you some information. We're still doing a BOGO offer, so that way you can join at 50%. So if you're interested in doing this work and finally being able to actually kill it, to actually be fully present, open, reliable, like you don't have to fake your way through or deny some reality of the business, that you can actually be an Olympian actor and nothing less than that, well then let us know. Have an amazing time, and let us know if you are interested in knowing more about the reset. Okay, bye.